Well, good evening and welcome to the Conscious Life Expo here in Los Angeles, California. Give yourselves a big hand. Why? Because you showed up and you're investing in yourself. Wow, what a wonderful thing to come out here and see Mabel Katz and see what makes people tick. What makes them happy? What brings abundance, peace, centeredness? What makes their dreams happen from myth or perhaps even into reality? She practices the ancient art of Ho'oponopono.
Close enough.
Close enough.
I'll explain.
And that's a tough one to say. Ho'oponopono is the ancient art that she'll be telling you about, which is manifesting, etc. More than that, also, it is the easiest way to abundance, peace, and centeredness. The Hawaiians are nothing new to this. This has been taught for a long time. And the Conscious Life Expo is really happy to have her share all this information with you so you can grow happy and abundant. Please welcome the very wonderful Miss Mabel Katz.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I made that. So how are you? You think so? Okay. So thank you for coming. How many of you think you know Ho'oponopono? Good. Thank you for the honesty. Okay, so how many of you think Ho'oponopono is the 4 phrases?
Guess what?
The 4 phrases, the famous, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That's all you know. Okay, perfect. So I'm here to tell you that's not the Ho'oponopono I practice. Yeah, so people sometimes get disappointed when I say that. How come? I've been practicing. So I just want you to know that whatever helps you to let go and give permission to a part of you that knows, that has all the answers and all the solutions to all your problems, is going to work. So Ho'oponopono is the delete key in your computer. And so what the Ho'oponopono that I learned is 100% responsibility. What is it in me that is creating this? And 100% responsibility for set me free for the first time. Because all my life I was trying to change people. How many of you relate to that? How many of you blame? Yeah, or think that it's the other person that needs to change? Yes? So what I learned from Ho'oponopono is that if I don't like something, I need to change. And Ho'oponopono is, I'm sorry, please forgive me for whatever is in me that created this. 100% responsibility. That, I want you to know, responsibility is not synonymous of guilt. I'm not guilty. I am responsible. What am I responsible for? Or programs that are playing in my subconscious mind. Yeah, that's why it's so hard to take responsibility, because we think, how come I created that? How come? No, I have witnesses. It's the other person, it's not me. But when you do this, you can set yourself free, because when you change, everything changes. Yeah, a lot of things happen because we came to make amends. So there are a lot of things that will come into your life that you don't like, but actually everybody is showing you, is the monitor, yeah, showing you the programs that are playing in you. One day, I had a teacher for over 10 years, Dr. Ihaliaka, and one day he told me, you know, God told me to tell you guys, just say thank you, and I know what you mean. Okay, so Ihaliaka started by inspiration, receiving a lot of these easy tools, like thank you, like I love you. And one day, Joe Vitale showed up, a very excellent writer, and excellent marketing guy, and he wrote a book, Zero Limit, and he said, Ho'oponopono is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. He put it all together. But I'm here to tell you that it's just saying thank you, you can change your life. Yes, not reacting, knowing that everything in your life is a blessing, even if it doesn't look like, even if it hurts, even if it's painful, even if it's not right or just. We are here to make amends. We are here to make amends. So people show up in our life because we have debts, because we had things to correct, errors to correct. The word Ho'oponopono means how to correct an error. Yes, so everything in our life is really just the monitor, the screen. Yeah, so when things show up, the ideal thing is that we don't react. But we are in a body now, we have emotions, we have feelings, so sometimes it's not easy not to react or not to say. So, Mabel Katz, after all these years, don't react, don't have opinions, beliefs, or anything. Yeah, I'm human, yes? But at least when I do it, I'm conscious I'm doing it. Yeah? So sometimes you say, this is not right, yes? But I get back to the cleaning, we call it cleaning, yeah, erasing, as soon as I can, because I know this thing works. So I'll tell you a little bit of my own story. I used to be, I don't know how many of you really know my story, but I used to be an accountant. I have 2 university degrees, CPA and license in business administration. And one day my oldest son talked to me the way I used to talk to him, angry, yeah, mad, frustrated, unhappy. And he definitely was my monitor, and I saw myself. I don't have any clue what he told me that day. And I know I didn't answer back, because I had a conversation here with myself. And I said, he learned that from me. That's not what I wanted to teach him. Mabel, you have to do something. And that day, I started my search. I realized I was looking for happiness in the wrong places. Always, the material things, always, the money, having the husband, the kids, everything that we learned, the university title, having the job, the profession, the career. But have you noticed we are not happy? Maybe, yes? We learn wrong. Maybe what we were taught or our beliefs are not right, because we are very unhappy people. So there is something, and we are creating a very unhappy world, yes? So maybe, yeah, it's time to relearn. It's time to realize who we are. So with Ho'oponopono, as you let go of what you are not, yeah, the programs, you start realizing that there is a part of you that knows. And it's not the one that you've been listening to. Yeah, because really the ego doesn't know anything. The intellect doesn't matter how many titles you have. So I'm sure we all heard the word, oh, you will have to find a job. Yes? Yeah, if you said, oh, I would like to be a singer, oh, I would like to be a public speaker. Oh, no, you will, forget it. You go and find a job. Yeah? And we believe it. It's not what we were told, but it's that we believe that. So one of the things, the most important thing I'm going to tell you tonight is that you already have everything you need. You already have everything you need. How many of you think that you are missing something? Or the day that you will have the money or the title or something, then yes? So I'm going to give you an example. Important. I wrote some books, yes? When people tell me your book changed my life, I still look at people like, how could I write? I never took a training about writing books. I'm really not consider myself a writer, but my books change people's life. Not only people's life, I had a confirmation from the kids and what the kids tell me about my books. Yes? So how come if I didn't take a course about writing? So 2 years ago, my organizer in Croatia said, Mabel, the publisher, the professional publisher, the ones that knows, yeah, said there is not enough time to publish your latest book. She says, could I publish it? I said, yeah, go ahead. So I got to Zagreb, and we do this conference to present this book, and I look at the book, and the book is really well put together. Yes, looks professional, looks like a published book. So I tell people, how come the publisher said not enough time? Okay, because he knows the profession, he knows how to do it, yes? So look, I said, look at the book. The book is beautiful, yeah? She did an amazing job. Well, the interesting thing is she's not a publisher and I'm not a writer. So we go through life thinking that we are missing something because we don't have the university title or something. But again, we are very unhappy people. So this is what I want you to know. The day that I realized I was going to teach something, I told who was my teacher, I said, well, I'm going to go and take classes, yeah, because public speaking. And he said, no, that will take all your naturality. And I obeyed, yeah. I never took a training about public speaking. That's why I never get nervous. Because you know why? Because I have to be myself. I'm here being myself. Some of you will like it, some of you won't. But I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here to share my experience, to share what I found, that it really works. That is the easiest way. My books are called The Easiest Way, and I call them the easiest way for a reason. I did find it. I found it. Yeah, there are many. There are many, and I always said, people share the Ho'oponopono like everybody has to be doing it. How come you charge money? It should be universal. If you don't pay, you don't get. Because everything comes back in our life, based on our effort, based on our faith, on anything. The universe is always there, yeah? It's because life is decision. So if I decide I can, I can. If I decide I don't have, I don't have. And everything the universe is always showing you. So if I look back, because a lot of people ask me, how come you change, from being so intellectual, really very close-minded, I only could, believe in what I could see and touch. How come I became such a believer? And it was practice. Because it's like using a different circuit in your brain, really. So one day, one of the decisions that I took was that I was going to like myself, that I was going to accept myself just the way I was. How many of you try to please people or look for the acceptance outside of yourself? Yes? Always not being yourself. You're not being yourself because you have to be what the other person is expecting you to be, yeah? You want people to like you. And did you realize that you are different with different kind of people? Because somehow we know what the other one is expecting from us. Yeah, so we act differently with different people. We are never ourselves. So if I can give you one tip or whatever, something really important is just decide to like yourself. Decide to love yourself just the way you are, because you are perfect. And you have everything you need already. What happens is we are always looking outside. We are always looking at what we think we are lacking. So if I look back really to my life, everything, all the changes in my life were decisions. Because that's where our responsibility is. When you decide something, the universe will get to work for you. So one day I said, I'm looking for happiness in the wrong places. So, wow, I started finding out about all these seminars and all these classes. I didn't know they even existed. This spiritual world, this crazy spiritual world. I had a spiritual sister in my life that used to tell me, you're too materialistic. I grew up hearing, you're too materialistic, okay? And for me, she was crazy. For me, she had to be put in the hospital, really. She talked about very weird stuff. Yeah? So when I said I've been looking for happiness in the wrong places, suddenly all these things started showing up in my life. All these seminars, yeah? Or a friend that would notice that I was starting to research and would give me a metaphysical book. I didn't even know that existed. And then I would start trying the things that the metaphysical book said, and I would see results. And then how many of you remember, most of you are from LA? Okay, do you remember Dr. Biscuit? Remember? I don't know how come he died. He was so good. I don't understand. I think he had a lot more work to do here. Yes, he was amazing information he used to give in the radio. So I went to take a seminar with Dr. Biscuit, and he would give us some exercises, and I would have the same experiences as the metaphysical. But he was a psychiatrist. Yeah, he was a doctor. And here he was talking about the same things that the metaphysical book said. And then, well, what I can tell you is that a lot of things show up in my life, a lot of things that were, kind of preparing me, or it was part of my journey. But one day I also said there has to be an easier and faster way. You know what I didn't buy into? The drama. Because I was going to seminars sometimes for 3-4 days, but most of the time it was people crying, people blaming somebody, if it was, oh, now I realize it was my mom. I would say there has to be an easier and faster way. And the easier and faster way came to me. It was, oh yeah, I don't have a story to tell you. Yeah, there were 10 years of suffering and sweating. No, it came to me. Because I said there has to be a faster and easier way. You understand where our power is? In the decisions, the choices that we make, our beliefs. But if I keep thinking that it's somebody else out there, I don't have a chance. I don't have a chance. So, Ho'oponopono showed up in my life. It wasn't the first seminar. I sat there and I said, I found it. No. Yeah? I had to sit. I sat many, many times. And one day I was sitting like you are today, and I said, wow, this is what I was looking for. And I'll tell you why. Because there are no gurus here. You are your own guru. The idea is that all the answers and all the solutions are inside of you. Don't look outside, because you will never find them. So it's again connecting with another part of you that knows better. How many of you read Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor's book, My Stroke of Insight? Okay, she explains what I just told you. She explains it in a more scientific way, because she's a brain specialist. And she had a stroke in the left side of his brain, the hemisphere, left hemisphere. And the first thing that she noticed when this happened to her is that our body is not what we think it is. Yeah? But she noticed that our body is like a fluid. And the fluid melted with everything, with the chairs, with the carpet, with other people. So she couldn't tell where her body started and where the body finished. So that thing of maybe we are all one, maybe. The other thing that she realized is that we do have the crazy of the house. Always talking, always having opinions and judgment. No matter what happens, no matter what shows up in our life, is talking, okay? Making stories. The most important is that we are buying our own stories. And that's where our power is. Yeah, I can say thank you or I love you to those stories and come back to present, because those stories are always taking me either to the past or to the future. You know how she stops the left hemisphere? Because now she's conscious, yeah? So she can realize. Remember when I said that now when I engage, or I blame, or I have my moments, I know I'm doing it consciously. I know I cannot stop. Yeah? I know that I cannot help myself, yes? But I'm conscious that I'm doing it. I know that I'm choosing that, yes? Okay, so she is conscious also because now she had the experience. She needed rehabilitation. She went through surgery. She had to learn again how to walk, how to eat, how to read, everything. So in the book, again, she's a scientist. She says that she allows her left hemisphere to bend 9 to 9:30 in the morning and 9 to 9:30 at night. But the rest of the day she says, thank you, but no thank you, I'm not buying. This is very important that we realize we are buying our own stories. The things are not what they seem. And the most important is that everything is a blessing in disguise. Because even if somebody abuses you, it's a way of closing a door so other door can open. Yeah? But we engage, we cannot help it. Yeah? But if somebody abuses you and it's not right, don't worry, because everything comes back. I have to tell you, there is a 3-year-old girl here in LA that has my book, and she listens to the CD. I have a book for children, bilingual, English and Spanish, and it has a CD because I have so many things that I wanted to tell them. I couldn't put it on a book, yeah, so I had to do a CD. So when their parents fight, you know what the girl says? They are watching you. They are always watching you. God is watching you. What are you doing? Watch what you are doing. So we have to be aware of that everything comes back, and we have to be careful of what we do, because it's going to come back to us. Yeah? So don't worry. Be happy. Okay? Because again, if it's not right, maybe you will not see it, but it will come back. Yeah? So I always tell people, just worry about what you do. Don't look at what other people have, what other people do, or anything. Just watch what you do. Very important, because everything comes back. So I started, like I said before, believing in myself. Yeah, it's a decision. It's overriding the crazy. Yeah, and say I'm gonna love myself just the way I am. So realizing that what I thought of myself was important, not what other people thought of me. Important. I live all my life for what other people thought of me. All my life. No wonder why I was not happy. Yeah? The other thing is I started practicing, especially when things were difficult, yeah, or those scary moments. I would start saying, I'm going to let go and trust. I'm going to let go and trust. So I started practicing that. That's why I told you, if you know the 4 phrases, it's going to work. If you say just thank you, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and it helps you really to override, to be more present, that's what you have to do. But for me, it worked very well. I let go. I'm going to let go and trust. And I always, especially in those moments, because I want you to know, I'm Argentinian. I don't know how much you know about Argentina. We think we know. But not only I'm Argentinian, I'm Jewish. So can you imagine the combination is very potent. Huh? Okay. And I'm an accountant. Have you seen any accountant that doesn't know? We know everything. Accountants. Yeah? We tell you what to do because we know. So listen, I have all the combinations. And if you know anything about, I don't, but I know Virgos. So if anybody knows what a Virgo is, okay, a woman, Virgo, okay. So I have it all for the people that will do whatever to do things right and perfect, and yeah. So for me, let go and trust. It really works. I'm going to let go and trust. And still, as an Argentinian, Jew, accountant, and Virgo, many times I still try to do it myself because I think I know, okay? So, but when things get really difficult, I don't think twice. I totally let go and trust because I know I see the result almost immediately. I know that sometimes I have to even let go and trust even when I don't see results, yes? And then you will not believe your life, because when you show the universe that you trust, you don't know what the universe will do for you. It is amazing. But you know, we say, oh, I said thank you and nothing happened. This doesn't work. Yeah? But when things don't go right, and if you say thank you, you will not believe what the universe will do. So I have so many experiences myself. If you go to my page, all the testimonies, there. I don't buy them. I actually don't have any more room for more testimonies. But I love when people confirm, not for me, but maybe to encourage you to try it. Because, you know, a student of mine in Peru told me, you know, Mabel, I had a dream with you, and on the dream you were ready to go, you know, people were waiting for you, you were about to give a conference, and you told me, Alberto, what am I going to tell them? All I have to tell them is to let go and trust. What else? So when he told me this, I said, that sounds like it was me in the dream. Because really, if I have to tell you something, guys, is let go and trust that everything, divine order is always behind. Yeah, even when things don't go the way you expected, it is a blessing in disguise. So that's what I learned with Ho'oponopono, that nothing is what you think, because everything is just the monitor. Everything is the memories in our subconscious mind. Yeah? So we are aware of many things that we tell ourselves a little bit louder, yeah? But how many things are happening at the lower level? We are conscious, they said, about 15 bits of information per second, when we are actually having 11 million of bits of information per second. And here we are saying we know. Now, one of the things that happen with Ho'oponopono is that maybe you don't worry as much anymore, maybe you don't suffer as much anymore, or it lasts. So people will not like it. Did you know that? Yeah, people will not like that you change, people will not like that you are happy, people will, you know, so are you going to trust yourself? Are you going to be the weird dog, you know? You have to be willing. In Serbia, a 10-year-old girl asked me, could we talk with animals? So I look at her and say, why would you ask me? And I said, can you talk to animals? And she said, yes, I can. I said, see, why did you ask me? And I said, but this is the important thing, is you are right and all of them are wrong. Yeah? We adults don't know anything. So you will have to be willing to be different. You will have to be willing to believe in yourself. Even though that you see all outside, you know, exactly the opposite. Or people will say, oh, we have to take her to the psychiatrist, you know. She talks to animals. So are you willing to be different? Because people, when you will not suffer and you will not react, they will criticize you. They will think you don't have any feelings. Are you willing to be different? Because we are very insane. You know what Einstein said, yes? Insanity is keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. What do we do? Same. So I want you to know, last time I was in Israel, this is the question that came up. I asked, what did you change? In all these years, what are you doing different to expect the other ones to change? See, we keep doing the same thing and we keep blaming and we keep looking outside or thinking that it's the other one that needs to change. If we don't change, nothing changes. So again, if I want the screen to change, I have to change the programs. It's like when you go to the movies. Yeah, we get emotional, we cry, but we know it's the screen, yes? That's life too. We are above all the suffering. We are above all our craziness, yes, and the stories and everything. But so we need to realize who we are.